This is Rich Vernadeau with driving around Paris, and as you can see, I'm in the Brooksville parking lot getting gas, and there's the old hospital building over there that's just empty and abandoned. Nothing's going on with it. Hopefully someday somebody will do something with it. This, of course, is where you pay for your gas there at Brooksville. And there on the left, of course, you can see Clarksville Street and some of the houses there. And this is some old historic homes here along Clarksville Street.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, the morning traffic. It's around 9 o'clock in the morning, I think. And this is, we're approaching downtown Paris on Clarksville Street.
Yeah, this is 8th and Clarksville.
Yeah, the corner of 8th and Clarksville here. And, you know, I used to live at 8th and Pine Bluff, so
Yeah.
it's got some memories, lots of memories for me. I used to walk and ride my bicycle down to Brooksville many times, you know,
Oh, yeah.
in the past. And some nice Paris Apothecary is
Yeah,
located there.
It's been updated, and I actually think they may, whoever owned, I think Paris Apothecary may own those buildings now.
Yeah, I should.
They were up here in the corner, right in the very corner, and it was a little bitty place, and now they've got that
There's the Liberty drive-through bank there, Liberty National Bank.
Paris High building,
Yeah.
where old Paris High building was.
Mm-hmm. Down on our left is that Methodist church with the dome. Back in the day, this was the old post office before they built the new one. And now it's a federal building. They have a lot of other things in there too. Your tags where you go do your license plates.
And voting.
And of course, on our right, we're coming upon the historic Grand Theater. Everybody that's lived here any length of time, back when the Grand Theater was open, spent many afternoons or evenings in the Grand Theater watching movies. Ditto with Plaza up here when it used to be a theater prior to becoming Paris Community
When I was in
Theater.
high school in the 60s, early 60s.
And of course, I was part of Paris Community Theater. I was in Camelot, and then I did the special effects for Dracula. So I have warm memories of Paris Community Theater as well. For Camelot, Patty Coles, the stockbroker, was my director. You know, she was married to Ken Coles at that time. And of course, David Brock played the part of King Arthur.
Dr. Brock.
Yeah, And Dr. Cowley was Sir Lancelot. And there was another king that was played by, I'll think of his name in a minute. You know how it is when you have one of those moments. Well, his parents ran the credit place. George. Dr. Bill George.
Oh, yeah.
The dentist, Dr. Bill George, played the part of one of the kings.
Yeah.
And his wife was in the chorus with me, as was Tony Clem, Plug Clem's wife. And Tony and I would sit and play cards back behind Plaza Theater during the, because there were dead time when you're not on stage.
Yeah.
And so you go out back when it isn't your scene, when it isn't time for you to go back on stage.
Right.
So we'd sit out there and visit and play cards and what have you.
Yeah.
And had a blast, had a lot of fun. I did enjoy theater, but it's very demanding on your time because, you have to spend a lot of time in rehearsals and then...
Memorizing your script.
Oh, yeah.
Rehearsing it,
Yeah. Now, Chivas Clem, which is Plug Clem's son, has an art studio there in that house there. We just passed directly across from the Coca-Cola plant, right next to where Sue Lancaster, who used to be my city councilwoman, right next door to where Sue Lancaster was.
Well, that building that has the gas, that used to be the S&H Green Stamp store.
Oh, I remember S&H Green Stamps. My mom did that. My mom saved those, and my mom would take me with her to the Redemption Center and get things.
Yeah,
and,
that's what was down there.
Some of my Christmas toys came from S&H, and a lot of little home decor stuff.
Yeah.
My mom bought the most gorgeous clock that hung on the wall from there, and she got lamps and all kinds of, you could get home furnishings.
Oh, yeah. I had a pair of curtains that
The glorious
that
days.
I used in my living room for about 12, 14 years.
S&H green stamps were the good old days.
Yeah.
And this is historic Bonham Street, you know. It's had a lot of changes over the years, but it has always had businesses up and down. There have been times when it's really been thriving, when there were lots of businesses on Bonham.
Well, this was called the other side of the tracks because of the railroad.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people that, worked on the railroad and everything lived west of the railroad tracks.
Right.
It's always been called the other side of the tracks, but it's a beautiful side of town.
And there's lots of houses here that are really
nice.
nice.
Had the yard of the month last month.
Oh, that's great.
There. Yeah. That stigma of other side of the tracks has caused this part to.
That used to be True Value Hardware, now it's White House Antique.
Yeah.
I've bought stuff from Allen's Auto Parts there.
Yeah, and then here's Ford's down here.
Yeah, I remember Ford's was there for a long
locker.
time.
It was a meat locker before
Right.
that.
Yeah.
I remember that
And
when
then-
I was young because they used to have cows slaughtered and they would, and I can't think of the name.